Debunking the myth. Can black people be racist? Can a black person keep you from getting a job? No. It was always, we don't hire black people here. That haircut shouldn't be allowed at this school from some parent, not even a teacher, like just a parent. You know what I mean? Like, I can be mean, I can hurt your feelings and say bad things about your race. I cannot, as a black person, I'm speaking for all black people right now. I don't give a fuck who gonna say I can or can't, because I'm gonna factually speak on this one. We cannot take a whole family, we cannot take all the Asians or all the Latinos or all the whites and make you live next to a refinery. You get that? We can't make you live next to train tracks. We can't do that. Yeah, we don't own the banks. We don't own nothing. We don't decide who gets loans. You know, like racism has to do with how you affect somebody's life. Fuck their feelings. Ain't not a single one of us ever. I'm gonna let y'all know something, white people. We ain't never complained about what y'all had to say because y'all don't got nothing to say in person. Yeah, ain't not a single racist white person had anything tough to say in person. It's always the white people don't want to be our friends. And that's hella cool and shit. But you can't know who's being your friend genuinely and who's just don't want to deal with, the repercussions of having a fucked up opinion. But yeah, you can't name a time in history where we the ones that's deciding like what's gonna go like wrong in somebody else's life. Like, I'm sorry, but black people, we didn't do the concentration camps on Asians in America thing. We didn't make y'all eat dog food. Like, we probably do a lot of fucked up shit nowadays, but everyone does. And that's another thing. Stop fucking saying it's all black people, because you don't say it's all white people when you go look up predator poachers and you see white face, white face, white face, white face, white face, white cop defending white pedophile. When you go see this shit, yeah, nobody says it's all them. Nobody says it's all them. Nobody says it's all Mexicans when they say, oh, El Salvador. Nobody says anything about anybody else's whole race other than black people, which is crazy to me. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot you could say about other races. And I make it a point to like literally learn about the history of people in their country. I don't give a fuck about what y'all got going on in America. Y'all ain't had the hand black people was dealt. I go by what y'all had going on in y'all area, but that's a different subject for a different video. You know what I mean? My main point is that no, I'm sorry, but black people cannot be racist. I cannot affect your day-to-day job. You heard me? I can't affect you. I'm sorry, but like, that's just how it is. A lot of people thinking racism has something to do with feelings when we have never complained about what y'all got to say because y'all don't say shit to us. You're fucking scared. Truth be told, like, we complain about not being able to get promotions, getting fired for asking for a promotion, shit like that, not getting the job for the 7,000th time. You know what I mean? Like there's only so much a motherfucker can take before their only option is their only option. I guarantee I starve each and every person of every race. They're gonna all fall victim to the same shit. You ain't got no food, you're gonna take some food. Mamas, you ain't got nothing going on for you, you're gonna try to find something to go on for you. Ain't nobody paying bills with no money. I'm gonna tell you the truth. That's just how it is. Ain't nobody paying bills without having like some source of income. And you're gonna find some source of income for sure. But it's like, if you're white, it's okay. You know what I mean? Like, if you're black, you're immediately vilified. You're straight a monster. I think shit like that has to do with, can we be racist? can everyone be held accountable? Can we start like watching white people extra hard? You know, especially if there's kids around, just start watching their ass. Like every other race, technically. I'm not gonna lie, because it seemed like I won't even say because it ain't like black people exempt from that shit. We got pedophiles over here too. It's just way more prominent over there. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, poverty is way more prominent over here, but being rich and fiddling with kids is way more prominent with other cultures. You know what I mean? Like, you catch a little boom every now and then, but every other day you catch a motherfucking Epstein. If you're allowed to. You know what I mean? These rich motherfuckers, they're not gonna get brought to the light. Because once again, it's about affecting somebody's life, affecting their well-being, you know what I mean? Like, you can't say everybody can be racist. Because then you don't understand racism. You're basically saying everybody has wealth, everybody has a monopoly on power, and that's just not true. Yeah, my great whatever didn't have no slaves. You know? So we don't got no umpteenth hours of free labor. You know what I mean? My great people didn't experiment on other people just because of their skin color. So we ain't got no resumes. Like, it goes on, the list goes on of just shit that y'all wouldn't have without us, but talk shit about us for not having, even though you have systematically kept us from having it. When I say y'all, I mean white people. I'm just gonna keep it 100. And I don't mean like all white people, obviously, but I just mean like old ones that have like power. You know what I mean? That's another thing I believe. It's we can't be racist. We ain't got shit going for us. I'm sorry, man. Like, that's how it is. Ain't no like, y'all have to understand, white people did the blacks only schools, whites only drinking fountain shit. Like, how the fuck can we be racist? Bitch, I don't control shit. Like, make it make sense. I'm racist because of the shit I say. Cool. But you're racist because of the shit you say, along with the power that you hold and covet with the shit you do. Different kind of racism. You know what I mean? Like, my racism don't get you shot at. You know what I mean? People are paid to shoot at me and just wear a badge. And then, like, little kids are idolizing them. Society expects me to raise my kid to idolize this motherfucking psycho just because he's a kid. And kids are supposed to think the police are cool. Like, what? No, I would never raise my kid. Don't stand for this motherfucking flag. If they get to asking you or trying to make a big deal about why you don't stand for the flag, let them know why. Because you're a black American. You're not the normal American that gets treated right. You're not an immigrant. You're not any other one of these other people. You know what I mean? They say that like we get free things. I have never gotten nothing free throughout my entire life. I want to know what do we get for free that y'all don't get? You know what I mean? What do black people get that other races don't get? Times 20. Y'all all benefit off shit. I still know so many black people that do not get food stamps. I repeat, I know too many black people that do not get food stamps, whether they be young or old. You know what I mean? I know too many black people that don't get any resources whatsoever. That I know too many wealthy other race people that are all using all of them. And every time I tell them, like, oh yeah, I ain't doing this. I just started getting food stamps this year and shit. They oh yeah. Why haven't you been getting food stamps? You've been living here paying rent next to us and all this. Yeah, bitch, the fuck you mean? I work hard. Oh God. I'm like, fuck, it's just surprising to you because you believe anything some loser tells you on TV or fucking the internet. Me, they like to say that, like, just anything they want to say about black people, but we the ones that's racist. A racist calling a racist racist is crazy, is what they say. I be like, who raised these kids? You know what I mean? Because it's like, some people, I be like, all right, they just don't know any better. And then most of the time I can tell this is just some little ass kid. Because I used to be that little ass kid, hella bored, not going outside. on the internet talking wild to people. On me. Hell yeah, man. I know what that is. I can tell. It ain't hard to see. A lot of people can't really tell. So it fucks up relationships between people because people read these comments and shit and think fucked up shit about each other, then go out in public and don't talk to each other because they think these fucked up things that like other people would think about them. And it's just not true. You get to talking to people, you get to finding out people are not like that. Like people are generally good. The sociopaths, the fuck ups, the other ones on the sideline, the people that can't get along are noticeable. Like, I'm gonna keep it 100. Social media has fucked up a lot of shit. Especially our ability to tell the truth. And I don't mean like tell the truth with our words. I mean like know what's real. Like a motherfucker could get you to believe some bullshit. Some straight bullshit. Just because it popped up in your news feed. Like on some real shit. That's what's crazy to me. People believe wild things. The amount of times I've seen people say black people are only 7 or 13% or 14% of the population and cause 50% of the crime. It's like, I don't even know how cut off from reality you have to be to really believe that psychotic ass shit. Because 50% of the crime is wild considering we don't even do that. Tell you the truth, like what? Too many niggas ain't got nothing going for themselves. If they do, they ain't. It's a group. It's not like a concerted effort, like just one dude by himself. And that's another thing. There's a lot of people who won't admit to what helped them get where. So it's a lot of just like mixed signals being put out there of who's in what position based on what. You know what I mean? I think that's what a lot of people's problem is with the majority of the white population. I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, nigga can't really say for sure whether or not y'all have worked hard or been through like having to work your way up next to everybody else, like the same way. You could go to public school and still be a wealthy white person. Oh, mom, as hell. You could be the average poor white person still is given more opportunity than every other race in America. And then every other race is still given more opportunity than black people, which is wild to me. It's just like, damn. The fuck we do? Like, where's the secret knowledge? Where's this Eldian ass book that tells us like Ymir fucking ruled the world? Like, we didn't do shit to y'all. On some real shit, they came to Africa. Like history tells you, they came to Africa, attacked us, and nowadays people claim like, oh yeah, Africans were selling Africans. It's like, listen, if I cut off your hand and then rape your grandma in front of you and be like, I'm gonna do the same thing to your mom, your sister, and your wife, and your daughter, if you don't bring me more people that look just like you, fuck you finna do? You finna run to the nearest group of people that look just like you and play smart. You gonna play innocent and victim and all this shit. If they can't win this war, you gonna send their ass straight over to these other people. And then once there's no more people, guess what's happening to you? You getting put on that boat with them shackles, cuz. Like the fucking the psycho shit they be trying to push out there, these narratives that just ain't true, is beyond me. It's like, cuz, like, y'all really don't want us to know our history, but also don't want to accept your history. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to think that, like, people in poverty just don't want to work hard. It's crazy that Mayor London Breed gets to say that, oh yeah, there's resources out there for the homeless just don't want them. If I waste my time making videos talking to these homeless people, just asking them, would if I had a paper to sign and then like just a place for you to go have a meeting and talk to people to get resources or help, would you actually take? You know how many motherfuckers is gonna jump at that? Ain't nobody getting no free help. The fuck? Like, what's wrong with y'all? Ain't nobody getting nothing. The fuck? Government assistance ain't shit nowadays at all. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Minimum wage ain't shit nowadays. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Like, people are rightfully complaining because life is unlivable. People weren't complaining when life was livable. And that's because there's too many people just able to afford houses and all kind of, like, once poverty became a it's like what happened with those European areas when like nobility became like a lower percent of the population, and the people in poverty were like literally being taxed out of their fucking minds, like they were breathing. I'm exaggerating, but my point being that the people in poverty were systematically being kept in poverty to keep the people in nobility rich, and then the people in poverty just said fuck y'all, and there was nothing that people in nobility really could do. Like there's too many people in poverty. It was 80% of their population. Like yeah, nope. There's kind of nothing you can do at that point. That's a lot of people. Nowadays, we got enough bullets to silence a big enough crowd, but back then there wasn't. And that's just kind of like the points that I was more interested in touching on. Because it's like, can black people be racist? It's like, we can say racist shit. We can't do nothing to fuck y'all over in life. Whoever that may be. You know what I mean? Like, nope. Can't. Y'all can spread any myth and then move society to pretend like everything is exactly how y'all stated. Like myths that Indians and Asians are the only ones that are actually academically inclined, are like smarter than everybody else. Like there's still Asians and Indians in poverty. Like India has the highest pollution, I think. Like for the smartest people, these motherfuckers are still kind of fucked up like everybody else. I don't give a fuck what y'all got to say. It's kind of cap in real life. You know what I mean? It's kind of like somebody's pushing an agenda. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you can claim that these people are the highest earners because they're higher intellect when you have all the power and are pushing them into jobs. You know what I mean? When Asians are making sure other Asians get jobs over every other race. You know what I mean? Like, I go to Rolex and I look in that store. It's just Asian security, white people working, Asians working. You know what I mean? I go through the rest of the mall. I'm looking throughout this bitch. There's 7 to 8 black people that work here. You know what I mean? It's about good 200-300 employees in this bitch. You know what positions we relegated to? Security. It's so many blacks. Oh man, I'm talking about out of all those 7 black people, it was about 6 of them security. I think one person was working in a store. It was a lame ass knockoff ass store too, like some other ass shit. Some shit nobody wears, gives a fuck about, all kind of shit like that. Mama's like, just shit that made me say, oh yeah, people crazy for real. And people be comfortable in their racism. They don't care. That should be funny to me. I'd be like, you are comfortably racist, but you don't want to admit that you're racist. That's crazy to me. Like, I don't get it. I'm not finna get a job here. You know what I mean? Because let's just, what I got told from what was it? There's been so many motherfucking applications, guys. Oh my god, so many interviews, but the melt had gave me the lamest excuse I ever heard. Dude told me to come to the motherfucking building, and this wasn't even for me, but they told me and my girl to go to the building and shit. We going there, and the dude pretending like, oh yeah, there's no positions available and shit. So I'm like, why were we told to come talk to you? They're like, well, I don't really know why. And on top of that, we only hire based on employee recommendation and shit. So in my head, I'm like, that just sounded like some incredible way to try to say we don't hire black people. Because as I look around, I see Asians, an Indian or Arab people. I see these brown people. I see these other colored people that ain't really like, that are obviously not black throughout the entirety of the store. It's every other place. I be seeing that too much. You know what I mean? Like, you'll see one black employee per store. That's crazy to me. You'll see 6 other races though. You know, like, that's wild to me. That's wild to me. And then they try to make up shit and make it seem like we don't apply for jobs, or like we aren't trying, which is crazy to me considering like how much I've applied and tried. It's wild to me. I'm like, yeah, that's true. I'm just sitting on my ass, not trying to get a job. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's not like I'm not always trying to get 2 jobs at once. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm not always trying to get my shit together. That's what's crazy to me. That's what's crazy. We still deal with discrimination way worse than anybody else. Like, kids don't get to participate in certain sports because of their hair. Only black kids though. Only dreads or braids. Like, it's really a bunch of discrimination towards us. Hard to say you can be racist when we can't ban fucking like white hairstyles. No, we can't just look at a white kid and say his hair is too long. Yeah, you can't play on a basketball team. Your swoop is not cool. I don't like your swoop. Your swoop that your dad has and everybody else has, the swoop, the mullet. No, you can't play football because you got a mullet. Like, we can't do that. Black people ain't in charge of them decisions. We're not racist. Sorry that y'all are not understanding or just now coming to an understanding, but yeah, we ain't the ones that. I done licked this motherfucker like 53 times. But yeah, we ain't the ones that's got anything to do with that. You can say black people are mean. It ain't true. I mean, you can say that about every race. You can say any race is mean. It ain't gonna be just true, but you know what I mean? You can say it. What you can't say is that black people can be racist or black people are racist. Nah, buddy. I can't run a train through your neighborhood. You know what I mean? I can't build a freeway through your neighborhood and claim it's good for the infrastructure. I can't do that. You know what I mean? We don't do that. You can fuck, as a black person, you can fuck over other black people, but you can't fuck over any other race just because. So there's your answer.